And we 2 days away from the big Meech concert. Get your tickets right now. Make sure everybody flying to the city for this. It's gonna be huge.
Big Meech thought teaming up with Rick Ross would mark his epic comeback, but reality hit much harder than expected. In an industry where loyalty sounds good but rarely lasts, he's learning the truth the hard way. Alliances crumble as fast as they form. Fresh out of prison and expecting open doors, Meech chose to roll with Ross instead of 50 Cent. A move that instantly stirred up tension and backlash. At first, Ross seemed all in, hyping Meech up with talk of rebuilding his empire and restoring his influence. He even hinted at big money deals to put Meech right back in the spotlight. But once those plans fell apart and the cash disappeared, Ross flipped fast, abandoning Meech and cozying back up to the same rival he once swore off, 50 Cent.
In 2011, around that time, Meech reached out to my dad in regards to creating a BMF by one of his best friends, which is Demetrius Flannery, also known as.
That sudden switch-up left Meech blindsided, isolated, betrayed, and stripped of the support he thought was locked in. The message couldn't be clearer. In the high-stakes world of hip-hop and fame, power moves don't last, and loyalty is usually for sale. Now, Meech stands alone, facing a brutal truth. Alliances are business, and betrayal often comes from those closest to you. But here's the twist. Why did Rick Ross pull such a dramatic 180? And could 50 Cent be the silent hand behind it all, playing chess while everyone else plays checkers? The deeper you dig, the messier it gets. Karma's calling, and Big Meech is learning the lesson out loud, in front of the entire world. After decades behind bars, he dreamed of a triumphant return. Instead, he's caught between two powerful men, one he betrayed and one who betrayed him.
I can't believe a stand-up dude doing his time would suddenly say, I don't want to be here no more. I'm gonna become a rat.
The man he walked away from, 50 Cent, keeps expanding the BMF brand into a booming entertainment empire. The man he ran to, Rick Ross, has vanished, acting like their alliance never existed. But here's the irony. While Ross might have slithered in, whispering promises and stirring beef between Meech and 50, the whole scheme may have blown up in his face. By showing how quickly Meech could turn on the person who revived his legacy with the BMF series, Ross accidentally exposed the cracks in Meech's own character.
Never fold, never told, never will. That's the folded time.
That once unshakable loyalty now looks fragile, like betrayal was always waiting to happen. Word on the street says Meech is scrambling, desperate to figure out why his hyped-up legacy concert flopped and why everyone suddenly disappeared. With no one left to lean on, he's reportedly blaming Ross, the same man who promised everything, then ghosted when it all fell apart. But when you peel back the layers, it's clear. Meech was never Ross's priority. He was just a pawn, a way to take shots at 50 Cent, fracture alliances, and grab the BMF spotlight for himself.
So BMF is BMF, but not because of 50, it's because of Big Meech, right? That's his story, that's his life, right? So I don't think 50 doing them no favors. They both profited, right? I don't mean I owe you no loyalty. That don't mean I can't go get money elsewhere, right? If more money get presented to me, right, I'm gonna go get me a bag. I just did 20 years in prison. Right? I'm not gonna let nobody stop no bags come in because of y'all beef, bro.
Now, with that plan in ruins and Meech's image collapsing, the fallout has left him more alone than ever. Rick Ross had huge plans to cash in on the BMF story, even teasing a flashy film to outshine 50 Cent's hit series. But when things got messy, Ross dipped, leaving Meech stranded and exposed. Meech may be painting himself as the victim, but truth is, he scripted his own downfall. In street politics, flipping sides for a payday is a sin that rarely gets forgiven, and Meech is paying that price in real time. But the bigger question, just how deep does this betrayal go? And is 50 Cent secretly enjoying every second of it? Word is, 50 might have subtly made sure Meech's big welcome back concert never happened. Some say he didn't even need to act. The damage was already done. Between lingering snitch rumors and weak event buzz, the energy just wasn't there. Major artists like Lil Baby, Skill, and Zoe reportedly pulled out before the show even started. Then, 2 hours before doors opened, Ameris Bank Arena abruptly canceled the event. No warning, no explanation, just a wave of refunds and public humiliation. At this point, 50 doesn't need to lift a finger. His old rival is collapsing under the weight of his own choices, proving that sometimes the coldest revenge is just watching your enemies destroy themselves. And while the chaos unfolded, one man was watching it all go exactly as planned: 50 Cent.
Put your back against the wall and just slide down. You already know, car show going down June 7th. Get online right now, get your tickets right now. But for the hustlers, I want y'all to understand you gotta stop making business personal.
Long before the Welcome Home concert was even announced, 50 Cent had already called it, saying it would never happen. He saw the cracks in Meech's plan from miles away. And once the cancellation proved him right, he didn't waste a second rubbing it in. The event was supposed to be huge, a star-studded lineup, hyped as a major cultural comeback. But all that buzz died the moment the show was scrapped, and in true 50 Cent fashion, he flipped the flop into his own victory lap. He posted the canceled concert flyer like it was a trophy, captioning it with cold sarcasm. "I had nothing to do with this. Please stop calling my phone. I sincerely hope you have a nice day today. Happy Valentine's Day. I'm stronger than you think." That post said it all. Even if he wasn't directly involved, he was still running the narrative. Then, doubling down, 50 hit Instagram again, pretending to pity the disappointed fans. "If you bought an outfit and were ready to turn up, I apologize on behalf of whoever's responsible." Of course, nobody bought the apology. It was classic villain energy, slick, confident, and dripping with mock sympathy. The knockout came when a fan accused him outright of shutting the whole thing down. Instead of denying it, 50 reposted the comment with another cutting line. "I apologize for your trip to Miami, but you've been playing with me." By that point, the message was clear. 50 didn't just win, he owned the entire story. Big Meech wasn't just dealing with a canceled show anymore. He was facing public humiliation, engineered by someone who's always 2 steps ahead. 50 Cent isn't even playing the same game as everyone else anymore.
Look, I do want to do a BMF film because you've been entertained by a lackluster, small budget series. Now it's time to do a big budget film.
Big Meech's giant Welcome Home concert
I told you it was
was
gonna get
canceled.
What'd I tell you?
The bill was
What did
insane.
I say?
The list of artists.
While Big Meech scrambles to figure out how it all fell apart, 50's already several moves ahead, calmly watching everything unfold exactly as he planned. Meech was too busy trying to outsmart the people who built his legacy to realize he was being played from every side. Rick Ross set the trap, 50 stepped back, and now Meech stands alone. No concert, no allies, no clean way out, but the damage goes far beyond one failed event. His reputation's in pieces, his circle's shrinking, and the strong support system that once carried the BMF name is gone. The loyalty, gone. The money, fading fast. And the fallout has now reached the next generation. The biggest blow? Lil Meech, the heir to the empire, just lost his job. BMF Season 4 has officially been canceled, and the reason behind it makes things even worse. 50 Cent leaked private text messages from Lil Meech, blasting them online for everyone to see and turning their tension into a viral headline. In those messages, Lil Meech tries to appeal to 50's sense of loyalty, saying he'd give him the shirt off his back. But in the same breath, he defended his father's ties to Rick Ross, even admitting Ross was covering Big Meech's bills until the next season began. "You unfollowed me on Instagram," he wrote, "and now you're managing Skill Abba with Rocket, the same guy I introduced you to. You're mad at me when I'd give you the shirt off my back."
What up, though? Boss of all bosses. And today I'm coming to tell all my supporters, if you're a business owner, entrepreneur, wherever you got, you trying to make it go up, hit me right now.
The leaked messages gave us a front row seat to just how fractured things have become and painted a stark picture. The BMF brand is on life support. What was once a powerhouse empire now reads like a cautionary tale of betrayal, misplaced loyalty, and the price of turning your back on the wrong person. In the texts, Lil Meech pleads with 50 Cent, shocked that loyalty isn't being returned. But buried in those words is a deeper truth. The ties between 50 and the BMF family are shattered. Rick Ross has quietly been covering Big Meech's bills, while the next season of BMF sits on pause, highlighting just how much Ross has woven himself into this mess, pushing the divide between Meech and 50 even further. By keeping Meech dependent on his money, Ross has effectively become the puppet master, widening the rift and isolating 50 from the legacy he helped build. Even industry voices are weighing in. The game called out Lil Meech for failing to stand strong with his father and the BMF name, mocking the messages and joking he spat his water reading 50's icy replies. Once seen as untouchable, Big Meech is now a pawn in his own empire. Ross holds the financial leash, 50 sits back watching, and the legacy is unraveling publicly. This isn't just about canceled shows anymore. It's about power, control, and perception. And the irony? Lil Meech, expected to defend the empire, is caught in the middle, making the drama worse. What was supposed to be a triumphant comeback for BMF has turned into a very public unraveling under the watchful eye of 50 Cent, who isn't just targeting business moves, he's going straight for the heart. Face recently called out Big Meech for how he handled Lil Meech's future, resurfacing footage with Ross's daughter, Toy Roberts, to highlight what he sees as hypocrisy. 50 reminded everyone he funded Lil Meech's acting lessons, opened doors, and created his platform, while critiquing Meech for acting like a black Pablo Escobar instead of securing his son's career. What started as a rap feud has spiraled into a web of betrayal, personal disappointment, and public humiliation. Big Meech, once a loyal ally, is now isolated, alienated, and exposed. The rekindled feud with Rick Ross only intensifies the drama, dating back to diss tracks, lawsuits, including a $57 million case, and public insults. Ross stirred the pot last year by mocking 50's finances, but history proves 50 never lets disrespect slide. With Gene Deal weighing in and questioning loyalty, the stakes are higher than ever. The turmoil could even threaten 50's business empire, with the BMF series tied to his $150 million Starz deal possibly heading toward its final season. For most, walking away from that money would be catastrophic. But 50's message is crystal clear. Betrayal isn't forgiven, and he'll burn bridges to make his point. The situation darkens further when you consider the snitching rumors. Those whispers existed long before 50 aired them publicly. At the center is Tammy Cowens, once considered a close friend of Big Meech, but rumored to have been a federal informant. She allegedly helped Meech secure a deal that shortened his prison sentence. But in a federal case of that scale, nothing comes without a heavy price. And that price may have come from one of Meech's closest allies. That man is Dion Gatling, better known in street circles as Cuffy, a longtime friend and business partner of Big Meech. The two built operations and influence together for years, long before Meech went to prison. But according to Cuffy's daughter, Tamara Gatling, their family was blindsided by what came next. Tamara claims her father was set up by none other than Demetrius Big Meech, Flannery himself, a revelation that shocked anyone who ever thought Meech was untouchable or loyal. In 2011, just as Meech was gearing up to re-enter the business world, he reportedly approached Cuffy with an idea to produce a BMF movie. But behind that opportunity, Tamara says a betrayal was already in motion, one that would eventually put Cuffy in law enforcement's crosshairs. These allegations have cast a long shadow over Meech's legacy and explain why 50 Cent is now relentless in exposing him. The deeper the story gets, the clearer it becomes that Meech's freedom may have come at a steep cost, not just to his former allies, but to the reputation he worked decades to build. In 50's world, nothing is worse than being seen as a man who traded loyalty for freedom. The pieces started falling into place once investigators identified a key, confidential informant in the case, and the name kept popping up. Big Meech. Things got even more tangled as details surfaced. Meech had personally connected Cuffy with Tammy Cowens. This wasn't just a casual contact. Tammy wasn't only a known federal informant, she also held Meech's power of attorney and controlled the rights to his life story at the time. Trusting his old friend, Cuffy believed he was stepping into a legitimate business opportunity that could benefit both of them. Instead, that trust turned into a nightmare, landing him behind bars. Once discovery documents were revealed, it became clear that CS1, the confidential informant, was indeed Tammy Cowens. And while Tammy may have been the one wearing the wire, almost everyone close to the situation suspected she wasn't acting without Meech's approval. Many concluded it was likely a calculated move orchestrated by Meech himself. When the Gatlings confronted Meech with the evidence, he brushed it off like it was all a misunderstanding. But the more they dug, the harder it became to deny the truth. Now, as the dust settles, the loyalty Meech once counted on is crumbling. The people he expected to stand by him are playing both sides. Rick Ross, who once promised to help restore his empire, is cozying back up
Everybody
to 50 Cent.
move like brothers.
Lil Meech, once poised to carry the family legacy,
Milwaukee.
is hustling for scraps, taking on small-time promo work just to stay afloat. What was once a powerhouse brand built on strength, power, and influence now looks fractured, hollow and spreading cracks every day. The collapse of the BMF legacy is a stark reminder. When trust breaks and pride takes over, everything can fall apart fast. Maybe Big Meech brought this on himself by betraying the very people who preserved his name while he was locked up. Or maybe 50 Cent is just shining a light on truths buried under myths and street legends for far too long. Either way, this feud has reshaped the way the industry sees BMF, and it's far from over. Now we want to hear from you. Did Big Meech seal his own fate by switching sides? Or is 50 just exposing a reality that's been hiding in plain sight? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives like this. This drama is heating up, and you won't want to miss what's coming next.